Hi Jonathan, hi Elias. So I'm greeting you in with an Apophyllite and Grandmother Alchemy crystal bowl, and she is all about the wisdom of the ages, this place that we're in that is offering us just such a different pathway forward. Hi Kasha. This is a real watershed moment that we find ourselves in, and we've got navigated. Whoops, we've navigated. Sorry, just popping the bowl down. We have navigated our way through this eclipse window, this new moon at 6:30. So actually only in about an hour and a half's time is it at its absolute. This brings a closure to this whole journey that we've been on with the eclipses and just the intensity of this summer. I mean, boy, those 3 eclipses were really, really strong. And so this new moon in Cancer brings us the opportunity of at least the closure of this window. But of course the eclipses, it doesn't close at that point. The effect of the eclipses will be apparent all the way through now till the winter solstice. So, you know, this ride just continues, and it really depends on whether we can learn to surf the waves, so to speak, or whether we're going to continue to go sort of peaks and troughs with the energies. And certainly for me, from the last eclipse, there was an absolute contraction that went on, really uncomfortable. That ultimately, of course, you know, when we stick with it, when we stick with the program, ultimately what happens is that the energy opens up and we are given the insights, we're given the gold of the circumstance. We just have to stick with it. And the revelations will come for us really clearly and really clean and fast at this point, if we can be prepared to allow these energies of this year to do their work. This was always going to be a year of alchemy. This was going to be a year unlike any other. It was set up for us on that Saturn-Pluto conjunction at the middle of January. It was going to be a rock and roll ride to actually get us through, almost like the eye of the needle, to bring us through to the winter solstice of 2020. And that, my feeling is, and I've spoken of this before in these readings, is the point in which we will recognise fully where we've been this year. Yes. And so this moon in Cancer is offering us a reflection process of what do we use for self-care? Do we take good time for self-care? And what have you created? You know, Cancer's a sign of the home. Have you got a sanctuary for the soul? Have you got somewhere that is holding you and mirroring back to you the consciousness of the light that you are being able to hold, both for yourselves and, of course, all of those that you come into contact with? Because this is a process of beingness. It's about really recognizing and honoring our beingness as a presence, and as a presence for alchemy, not necessarily what we do. So it's fascinating in what that's bringing up and what that's allowing for us to let go of in coming to an end point of old patterns. Sorry, I'm just going to see if I can lighten the picture because it looks to me like it's gone very dark. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to get it much lighter than that, actually. I only hope you can still see me because I can't see me in in the phone. Anyway, yes. So we are at this point where, you know, we can see more clearly the story and the path that we've been on, and the gold that there's been there for us, because we've been minus the gold to get to this point. And also for, of course, there to be the possibility of clearing some of the soul contracts that we've had running, or at least rewriting those contracts in the light of this evolutionary shift that we are working our way through. So, yeah, the other question that sort of has come up for me in this particular time is, you know, what's a non-negotiable now for you? What is the inner work and the resolution that you've come to around your past journey, and what is no longer sustainable, and what is no longer attractive to you in this journey? It's just an extraordinary path of light that we are actually treading. So let's have a look and see what the roses have got to say for us in this particular time. So I'm wondering whether if I go like that, no, I'm not getting any more light to the picture. I just hope you can see me in the gloom of wherever it is I am. Let's have a look and see what the roses have got to offer us as insight for this coming time. What might be the focus that we can bring to this particular part of our journey. So we're asking for the wisdom of the roses that can help us and guide us in the next pieces of the journey. So the first rose that's come up is Rose Ma 6. And she says, I am transformer. I am this point in which the past is released. If you look at this particular rose, you'll see that her outer petals are almost drained of colour. They are very sort of pale and lined. It's like what is past is past. What we've been through and what we've completed is now offering us a completely new passage forward. I'm actually wondering whether to move I'm going to move around actually. I'm going to move my my camera around because it's actually in bright sunshine now, and I'm not too sure that you'll actually even see the roses too carefully. Just one moment. I'm going to sit on the other side of the rosy temple just to see whether you know. I don't know that it's going to be any better. But anyway, we've changed orientation. As I say, this is Rose Ma 6, and she is, you know, she says, I am transformer. This is the archetypal alchemical rose, and look at the perfection and the colour in the centre of her. She is just vibrant, and she's clear, and she's strong, and this is what's unfolding from the centre. This is what is unfolding from the absolute golden heart at the centre of the rose. Letting go of the past, letting go of, you know, what has done its journey for us. Let's have a look and see. I can see lots of butterflies outside the window too as I'm talking. So actually that's a really beautiful thing too. Butterfly symbolism, very much about transformation. And this, this is the power of what we're working through, to be absolutely able to transform the dross, transform the denser aspects of ourselves, to really be able to walk forward in the greatest of, our best versions of ourselves. And I think it was very interesting. Somebody said to me the other day that actually the test of how much work we've done is how we respond to the more tricky situations. Not when we're in meditation and everything is going beautifully, but actually what happens, when you're challenged, or what happens when things are just not going quite as well, or you're feeling stuck, or technology doesn't play. How do you deal with that? And this is a beautiful example of actually being able to see the inner work that we've done. So, second Rose, let's see what she has to say. And the second rose is RB4, and RB4 is the rose that sits in the rose bagua in the corner of wealth and blessings and abundance. So this for me is the real sort of gratitude rose. And she says, you can stay in gratitude being great attitude, then you can attract more and more of the positivity and the really, yummy thing. You're now trying to ring me. It's wonderful, isn't it? So, yeah, this is a beautiful rose to be working with as part of our pathway forward at this time. This is a rose that can really assist us, and particularly, if you've had any issues around receiving, any issues around financial wealth and blessings, then actually weaving that with Rose Mars 6, the rose of transformation, this is just super charging your potential going forward. What changes are you making? What changes are you being drawn to? Is there a new path of study that you're being drawn to? Is there a path of releasing some of the physical energy that you've got in your sanctuary, in your sacred space, that is perhaps contracting or making the energy more dense than it might be? What's our third energy? The third energy is Rose Mars 3. And Rose Mars 3 is all about forgiveness. It's so typical, isn't it? The phone doesn't ring all day and it's choosing to ring now. So this rose is all about forgiveness. She's in the Rose Angel set. She sits actually on the ajna, on the third eye, this place that weaves the forehead chakra and the ajna chakra, and connects into the pineal gland in particular. But look at this rose. She has got like petals wrapped around her golden heart. So it's like she's able to give self-love and give herself a hug, and also work with self-forgiveness. It's so much easier to forgive somebody else than to forgive yourself, and to be totally present to the revelation of a pattern that you may have had around judging somebody else, so that you don't have to see that actually you had a part to play. This journey of the next 6 months is really going to call us into a place of self-responsibility in a way that we've never seen before. This is a place of our own inner mastery. It's the place that is going to take us to the highest outcome for our journey going forward as we move through these energies of 2020. Have you optimized the alchemy that was in potential? And I can guarantee you that in that there will also be a path of self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness allows us, as I say, to take responsibility for our part in anything. And from that place, new potentialities open up and our hearts open up in that dance with that. So there we are. That's our 3 roses for this point in time. There is the very beautiful Rosemar 6. I am Transformer. Rose Bagua 4, Wealth and Blessings. Counting your blessings. Getting up and being grateful even for the smallest of things that you have around you at this point. I mean, I'm very blessed to be here in the Rosie Temple and, you know, just to be in nature and to be able to see the animals coming past and, you know, the ponies and the deer in the field. You know, it is a real blessing. And Rose Angel 3, this place of recognizing when we're in judgment, and the monkey mind can keep going as long as we like. It's just, you know, it's got a constant chatter going on, but recognizing where the judgment is, recognizing where we judge ourselves as much as we judge somebody else, and coming to this place of forgiveness. She's a beauty. She was one of the roses that I photographed. She called me when I was in New Jersey on one of the teaching trips a few years back now. But she's very lovely. What else have I got to show you? Oh, just a minute. So I put everything over the other side, of course, and now I'm over here. What's new? I've got a new Rose 5 class that starts tomorrow evening. If you are interested in joining, it's a 5-week online class, once a week on a Tuesday evening. And this time, the Rose 5 is 11 roses of the Rosemar roses, and they are the qualities of the awakened feminine heart field in both men and women. But these roses ask us to embody the qualities. So this is a beautiful 5-part class, working with 2 of these roses every week and then 3 on the last week, to work during the week with these roses and allow them to really embed themselves into your field. Then some of you will have seen on Facebook that I've actually got the Rose Heart Anointing Oil finished finally. Well, it was finished, but I had to wait till it told me that it wanted to be shared. Comes in little handmade pouches that I make myself. And on a charge plate that is connected into the rose heart frequencies. And this little charge plate holds the 2 aspects of the sacred feminine and also the 3 rose heart roses of love, wisdom and power. And these are the 3 roses that activate the higher heart chakra, which is absolutely the energy that's coming online for us at the moment. And for me, this is the heart star, is the energy that allows for the sacred flame of the heart to be illuminated. And I'm sure many of you have seen the pictures of the Magdalene with this flaming heart and garlanded with roses. So this higher heart, when it's activated, this 3-fold flame activates the Christ consciousness field of frequency within the higher heart. And this is the path of the roses. This is what they do. I mean, they were here to clear the alignment, for us to bring heaven on earth, activating the earth star and the soul star to allow this heart star to fully illuminate because it's from that place that we can light the hearts of others, the heart flames of others. And, you know, it's always said, isn't it? You've got to light, you know, it's like on the aircraft where the oxygen masks, they say the oxygen masks come down, put yours on first and then help another. And so this inner work of balancing the polarities of the heart, the pink ray of love, the blue ray of power, to activate the golden flame of wisdom. And that in turn activates the third eye, or the pineal, and it in turn activates the soul star. So, you know, this is the magic that we have in potential in this alchemical pot of beingness. So that's about it. Yeah, I can feel it bubbling. I may feel drawn to do some kind of Magdalene activation on we will see. The person that's tried to ring me has left a message. Timing. It's all about the timing. Anyway, I'm just going to play you out with the energy of these 3 roses on the Apophyllite and Grandmother energy bowl. She works with sacral and adrenals. And I'm going to be weaving some magic with sound in the roses in the next coming months. So there will be some interesting downloads for you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the sharing, and you know, the roses have offered you some insight and some inspiration, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.